That's the wake-up call. Wow, this is quite a room. Yeah, who's playing tonight? Obviously not me. Aerosmith, all right. Look at this, all these friendly faces. Oh my God. How's the sound? Is it loud enough here?
Sounds good.
At some point you wish it was quieter. But... Anyway, wow. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tom Potosnak. For those of you who do, I'm Tom Potosnak. But anyway, I want to first of all thank you all for being here, especially, please be recognized, my loyal repeat offenders. Oh, you're the only one that claps out. They don't want to admit to having come to one to more show. They're always like, well, maybe the next one you'll get it right. Anyway, great to be here. My favorite stage to play. This is also, I want to welcome the first-timers that are here. The repeat offenders, obviously the people who have been to many shows before. And I hope everyone here that's a first-timer will be a repeat offender at some point. First show I ever did here, October 16th, 2010. Can you believe that? Yeah, check that out, huh? Look at that guy. Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, that show is called The Midlife Chronicles. Yeah. Obviously, I can't do that show anymore. Yeah. I've blown past midlife, or now I'm more of a father, not much time lefter. That's the way it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. And I remember it like it was yesterday, just like I remember the first time I came here. The place that I affectionately call Willikers High School. And in fact, every high school needs a mascot, so we've got the Willicritter. If you saw when you walked in, the t-shirt, the Willicritters. I think that's great. Could you imagine that big head and the side of the football field? But anyway, we do have t-shirts. We'll talk about that a little later. But I used to work in Needham, Mass for a long time. And when I left and decided to come work for myself out this way, I lived around here. I knew that I needed to find a new headquarters, as it were. And I didn't want to show up at some sterile chain joint. And I figured, the place didn't look sterile. Dickie's not here, is he? Anyway, so I figured, all right, I'll give this place a shot. And the first time I walked in, the young lady seated over there, all the Willicritters know who she is. She was working the bar. Lisa. And Lisa, yes. And there were a couple of guys sitting up at the far corner. One was the owner, and a guy named Chum. And two of them were sitting there, and there was a guy around the corner reading the New York Daily News, which I thought was interesting, because being a Jersey guy, we used to read the Daily News. And I sat down, ordered a beer, and I figured I'll have something to eat. So the cook was standing next to the owner. I could recognize him from the apron and the baseball hat, and I said to him, hey, I'm going to get something to eat. I said, you guys, you make a good burger here. And he said, yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah, buddy, we make a great burger. Yeah, 100% anus beef. Okay, well, this ain't Applebee's, that's for sure. And then the owner says, no, it's Agnes beef. Okay. And then the owner and his buddy started talking about the pool league. They have the pool league here. And the owner said, he goes, you know where, Chum, they got a beautiful young gal here that plays in the pool league. She can shoot pool equally good, lefty and righty. She's what they call anorexic. And he says, no, Chum, no, I think that means she's bi. And then the guy reading the Daily News looks over and he goes, well, if she's bi, I'm bi-curious. Oh, yeah. That guy, by the way, was the legendary Willicritter Franny. Oh, Franny, yeah, he was the best. One of the funniest guys, very witty. Oh, my goodness, anything. In fact, one time, another guy came in, he was giving away T-shirts from his company, he had some extras. And he went up, he was asking people their size, and he went up to Sully, who's standing over there. Oh, sitting over there, sorry. And he goes, Sully, what size shirt do you want? He goes, I'll take an extra large. And Franny goes, what, are you planning on growing? Sorry, couldn't help myself, you know. And speaking of t-shirts, we put the Willikers on a t-shirt. And you've shown the Willikers, I hope. There you go. I can't see anything, so. Let's see, yeah, the Willikers on a t-shirt. And yeah, I'm wearing one. Will you hold on there, Edith? Gleno over here. Gleno is wearing the Willikers shirt. Look, turn around, Willikers. There he is. Well, move your hair, for Christ's sake. Turn around. Give us a twirl. Look at that. That's it.
The French pop. Just keep the shirt on.
Yeah.
I keep my pants on.
Gleno, by the way, is an Army veteran. Since it is Veterans Day, we want to recognize veterans. And Franny, there you go. Look at that. And Franny was a Navy vet. So I want to mention that. But Gleno, you might recognize, he's famous for playing Cousin It in the, there he is, Cousin It in the all-school production of Addams Family, the Willikers High all-school production of Addams Family. I didn't think that would land. Anyway, so, where was I? Oh yeah, so Gleno, your mother, his mother, what, 93 your mother is? 92. She was under the weather this summer. She was in rehab. Everyone marveled at the fact that she was in rehab and Gleno wasn't, but that's neither here nor there. All right, here's a song that I wrote about that Irish pub that I talked about earlier, and it's also about this place. It's called Better Time. Maybe it should be in tune. Wow. First thing you should do. Close enough for my music, I guess. Jimmy shows up every day at the bar around 3 p.m. Sit and have a couple beers and laugh with his old friends. He's retired from his day job. He comes to get away from the new boss. Well, it's the same as the old boss, you might say. Billy greets his guests, always with a laugh and a smile, yeah. He's got a couple extra minutes, he'll sit and have a beer, talk for a while, yeah. Sonny's out back with the guests, taking care of all details. If all the after-work crowd fills up every last seat in the place. If you're looking for a better time, it's just around the bend. Ain't no strangers here, just friends you have not met. You're looking for a better time, just around the bend. My friends will soon be coming around. Working guys come in off the job early out of work means a seat at the bar, yeah. And after a long hard day, the bar stool feels soft. Too hot to work outside in the summer. Winter it's too cold, but the atmosphere it's just right. In here every single day of the year. Single girls come in from the office complaining about their latest dates, saying all the good guys out there, they've all been taken. Married girls laugh if we got the best. The ones you're looking for, they have not been born yet. Oh, you know that they never will. If you're looking for a better time, it's just around the bend. There ain't no strangers here, just friends you have not met. You're looking for a better time, just around the bend. My friends will soon be coming around. Just around the corner, down the hill, across the bridge that runs across the Charles. Go straight on through the light, it's on the right up the hill. Good luck finding a parking place. Something special about the girls working here. Some come from across how to treat people nice and they know how to have fun. Work here a couple years, then they go back home and their life goes on. But the memories always remain. If you're looking for a better time, just around the bend. There ain't no strangers here, just friends you have not met. If you're looking for a better time, just around the bend. My friends will soon be coming. You know they're coming. Yeah, they're coming. I can see them coming just around the bend. Thank you very much. One thing I'll say about this place, the Willikers, quite an illustrious group we have. For instance, our friend Jimmy Dyer. Jimmy, you want to stand up for us? There he is, Jimmy Dyer, Marine Corps veteran.
There's a W in there. Dwyer.
No, I said Dwyer. You messed up. Jimmy Dwyer.
The other Jimmy.
Anyway, Jimmy Dwyer. He is a Marine Corps vet, also a retired Worcester firefighter, and yeah. And he's proudly serving now as the United States Ambassador to Centerfolds. Or as I've heard some people refer to it as many folds, but that's not nice. Body shaming is not nice, and believe me, I am not a body shamer. You know why I'm not a body shamer? Because I own a mirror, that's why. I guess, you know, I'm always nervous that people are going to freak out about any of my jokes and cancel me or something. Just remember, comedy is always about the left turn. In other words, the idea there is that the stereotypical view of an exotic dancer is someone who's shaped more like Jimmy, not me. You know? So that's the deal there. Who else do we have here? What was that? Okay. Let's see, what else we have? Oh, where's Jimmy Tobin? Shoeless Jim. There he is. He's our resident real estate expert. I noticed you're wearing shoes today. There you go. Would you have a good month? Yeah, good. Yeah. And by the way, they look like prom shoes. You must have worn this to your prom. He's got like the patent leather stuff on. This was a setup. I told him to wear shoes. You know, they'll be off within an hour. But anyway, yeah, Shoeless Jim. Loves selling houses, hates wearing shoes. You know? And you know what? Again, a little bit of a left turn, but that's one thing I don't miss about summer. Feet. I was wondering how that would go. But let me tell you what I mean by that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad I got them. But why is it, and I hate to pick on you ladies here, but every time you get near any body of water, you know, lake, pond, pool, ocean, toilet, whatever, you gotta like take that long picture with your cloven hooves sticking up, blocking the view, you know? I don't get that. It really freaks me out. It's like, really? I'd much rather see the ocean. All right, there's no debate here. We got it? Yeah, that's the way I feel, all right? Yeah, and then guys, holy cow, guys, keep them covered. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sandals should have gone out with Jesus, as far as I'm concerned. Now, of course, I'm probably going to get lambasted for feet shaming, because I'm sure that's a thing. You know, I'll be getting a letter from Dr. Scholes, you know, the Bunyan League of America. Somebody's got to be freaked out, because let's face it, you know. And I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but I'm on it. Why? I got to post, you know, about these shows. I put up stuff about my music. And, you know, I like to, you know, catch up on my nephew here, my nieces and their kids and all that. But, again, I hate to pick on the ladies here. Don't worry, you can get back at the guys later. But why is it that on the occasion of your significant other's birthday, you feel the need to post happy birthday on Facebook? Don't you live with the guy? I mean, it's one thing if he's on the International Space Station or something. But I mean, whatever happened to waking up, rolling over, and in your best dragon breath going, happy birthday, honey. And they're always written in this beautiful prose. Happy birthday to my loving, wonderful, handsome, hard-working father of the year, husband, and best friend, Stan. Everybody knows Stan's an asshole. Who the hell are you kidding over there, you know? I mean, my God, don't embarrass yourself, right? Oh, jeez, yeah. And by the way, when did it become a requirement that you had to refer to your significant other as your best friend? I had a best friend in the 6th grade. And, you know, we used to light farts together. I didn't marry her. Yeah, that was our version of gaslighting. And then you got these the attention seekers with the cryptic posts, you know. Just checked into the emergency room. But you know what they're doing? They're throwing it out there, you know, reeling it in. Give me some sympathy. What's wrong? What's happening? Just once I want to write something like, well, since you spelled everything correctly, I'm assuming you didn't have a stroke. Anyway, but I think that would get me canceled. Oh, yeah. And then there's the other one. Prayers needed. Yeah, we're praying for you to get the hell off Facebook. Anyway, all right, I've gone on too long about this. I don't know, social media has made the world a hell of a lot more complicated. You know, back when we were growing up, it was a lot easier. Now it's so much more complicated. You know, I went down to my old neighborhood in Jersey a few years ago. A friend of mine who I grew up 2 hours away from moved to Chicago, came up here to visit his mother who moved here. And we went down there and walked around our old neighborhood, and my God, it was like it's like we were walking around Chernobyl. There weren't any kids out playing, nobody down the lake, nobody up the street, and you know, it was just crazy. It certainly wasn't the way we remembered it when we were growing up back in the olden days. For us, it was more like we were shot out of the cannon every single summer morn. Nobody knowing where we were going. As long as we were home by supper time, we'd be fine. We'd eat real fast and go back outside until the fireflies arrived. And it was time to call it a night. Hey, we were growing up in the olden days before there were play dates. Growing up in the olden days when kids could go out alone and be safe. And everything wasn't supervised or sanitized. And if you wanted a trophy, you had to win. Well, I went by my old neighborhood lake. Nobody was on the beach swimming to the raft. Went by my schoolyard ball field, and all I saw was dirt and grass. It's a sad, sad situation when a whole generation is tethered to their PlayStations. When we were growing up in the olden days, we'd rather hang outside. Growing up in the olden days, we'd get on our bikes and we'd fly. To get to school, Mama didn't drive. We walked, or on the bus we'd ride. Yes, and somehow we survived. Hey, I'm not saying everything was great. Hey, there were narrow-minded and ignorant things we do. But these Today's enlightenment mixed with arrogance at the expense of common sense ain't cool. You know, it just makes for a bunch of smarter fools than we were growing up. In the olden days, we had to stand up to answer the phone. Growing up, in the olden days, we drove the pyrotechnic Ford Pinto. Growing up, in the olden days, we even had to get up to change the channel. Growing up, in the olden days, hey, they weren't golden days, ah, but they were our days. And though everything does change, the one thing I wish stayed the same is that if you wanted a trophy, you still had to win. Yep. Forgive me for a second while I lie and hide. What you doing there, Edith? All right, you ready? Now let me tell you about that whole trophy phenomenon. My first exposure to that was when my daughter played youth soccer. What are you, 6 or 7? And soccer was not her thing, not even close to being her thing. Highlights of the season, she kicked the ball twice all season. One time she was sprinting from it, hit her on the foot, not going to split hairs. The other highlight, they had her playing defense, which meant, well, the game was going on around her. She's out in front of the goalie doing cartwheels. Yeah, oh yeah. But guess what? The season ends, she walks off with a trophy. There you go. In fact, I have the trophy. Oh well, I'll get it later. Yeah, I honest to God turned to her mother. I said, you know what they should have given that kid? Brochures for other activities. And my big worry was, what the hell am I going to do next year if she says, I want to play soccer? I don't know if I could take it. I asked my father, Dad, what do I say? Yeah, you just tell her she stinks. I said, Dad, I can't do that. Why not? That's what I told you about the trumpet. And he did. Yeah. You might have guessed my father, you know, he was a product of his generation, you know, old school. There was none of this reach for the stars, you can be anything you want to be, any of that stuff, you know? That's big these days, though, huh? Oh, yeah. I was, honest to God, a few years ago, I'm driving down the Mass Pike. And I don't know if they couldn't sell billboard space or what, but they had all these inspirational quotes up there. And I see one, it says, it's never too late to be what you might have been. Yeah, I wanted to be a jockey. But somehow I think the only way you'd find me on top of a horse in the winter circle at Churchill Downs is if I'm performing some sort of unnatural act. Something sure to get me in the papers, you know? Actually, when I was a kid, I did have a dream. I wanted to be the radio voice of the New York Mets. Tom Potosnak here, Shea Stadium, Flushing, New York, the New York Mets. Oh, of course I was in 4th grade, so it was more like, hi, you know, Tom Potosnak here. But one time, we're at the supper table. Remember supper? They don't have supper anymore. Now it's dinner. You know, like it tastes better? I don't know. Anyway, so there we were. It was me, my brothers, 2 brothers, my parents, and supper was always a quiet affair because you didn't want to say anything that would piss off the old man, you know? Well, I decided that day to proclaim that one day I'm going to be the radio voice of the New York Mets. My father said to me, what are you, a donkey? Which, by the way, is donkey in Jersey speak. What are you, a donkey? You got rocks in your head? Those were the biggies for my father, donkey and rocks in my head. And when he was really pissed, he'd say, you got a mind like a sieve. I had no idea what a sieve was, but I kind of figured, as a donkey with rocks in my head, a mind like a sieve wasn't my ticket to Harvard. Oh yeah, and by the way, I will say this. I wouldn't have told this if my brother weren't here now, but a couple of days before that, that guy over here was sitting next to me at the supper table, came home with a social studies quiz, where he said, the South won the Civil War. Now there's your donkey pops. Oh, and the old man freaked out. What are you doing? He bought a map. He literally bought a map. Went up to our bedroom, put it on the wall in front of our desk, which, by the way, was a door with legs on it. And he goes, drew a line. This is the North. This is the South. We won. Oh, yeah, that's the old boy. So anyway, as time went by, I kind of backed off the, that's probably my father. Anyway, so I kind of backed off the radio voice of the New York Mets thing. And finally, I used to just say, well, I want to get into radio and TV. Radio and TV. Finally, one day he says to me, you want to get into radio and TV? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, learn to fix them. Oh, yeah. Yeah. In case you're wondering, weren't a lot of Hallmark moments in the house. But this one might qualify. I was, believe it or not, when I was a younger man, I was a good athlete. High school, college. I used to, high school track, college, I was a boxer. I was, before the beer and the burgers took over. Before this place got me. Anyway, and I actually won trophies. Won them. Wasn't given them. And so I was, the last track meet of my senior year in high school, it was the Passaic County Championships, where I grew up. It was right outside of New York City. And I made the finals in the 200 meters. And it was me and 5 African-American guys. I ran my best time ever, and I came in last. And at the end of the meet, I'm walking across the track with these 2 guys, 2 of the guys I ran with. We were graduating. Hey, good luck. And here comes my father, busting across the track into the infield. Congratulations, Tommy. I'm like, what the hell? I came in last. He goes, yeah, but you're the fastest white guy in the county. I swear that happened. And then, I was kind of like veering off from the other 2 guys. And I look over, and sure enough, one of the guys heard it. And he goes, don't worry, Tommy. Archie Bunker's got a point. And there it is. My father and Archie Bunker. How about that, huh? There you go. Where the hell was I? All right. Oh, yeah, hey, look, my father was a good man, no doubt about it, but hey, let's face it. These days, he'd have been canceled, along with all of those of his ilk, by the enlightened and evolved masses of the day who are out there scouring the horizon in the history books, looking for any misstep or botched do-si-do they can find, so they can obliterate the offending party, all with their 2 angry little thumbs from the safety of mom's basement. Somehow I think that great American philosopher Mike Tyson summed it up best when he said, social media made you all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. There you go. All right. Let's see how you feel after this. Common courtesy and common sense will take you far, at least that's what my mama said. And well done always beats well said. That was one my father drilled into my head. Hey, for the days before the World Wide Web. Nowadays, hey, the rude and ruthless trolls seem to get ahead. The Twitterverse, it's just a war of words. Disagree with someone, you're a moon that affects. say, I am rubber, you are glue. What you say bounces off me, sticks to you. Hey, you thought we left the playground in the mist, but every day, hey, we're still playing dodgeball, and somebody always gets clipped. Yeah, a friend of mine got a talking to, saying something a Gen Z took offense to. If there's no more Mr. Potato Head, well, what about Miss Piggy or Mr. Ed? Hey, you must admit that was a clever line. It's called a joke. Hey, they were legal once upon a time. Don't get me wrong, I know things have changed, understandably, but when you apply the rules retroactively, well then it's sorry mom, sorry dad, grandma, grandpa, you've all been canceled. Every remnant, every trace, even the names on your tombstones will be erased. Hey, though you can't be woke once you are dead, hey, you gotta pay. Hey, for things you did that back then were okay. You know they'll go through your letters, your high school yearbook, the friends you had and the hands you shook, the games you played and the jokes you made, and the things you liked on your Facebook page. Hey, human beings do things they regret. Who knows one day? Hey, even you, yes, you just might misstep. And once you join the club of irredeemables, well then all your sins are unforgivable. You can forget about all the good you've done, the love you gave and the race you run, your good name, your reputation tossed. Might as well give up, all hope is lost. Common courtesy and common sense will take you far. At least that's what my mom said. And well done always beats well said. It sounds like a fable long since left for dead. Nah, she doesn't know him. All right. We lost one Gen Zer. That's all right. That's my daughter's man friend. It's all right. Everyone's fair game. Let me get my harmonica. You know, the harmonica generally tends to bring every event to a screeching halt. I'll do my best. Let's see. All right. I'm going to do one more song and then we'll take a little break, but I do hope you all come back and you enjoy yourself, because I know I am. Yes, the harmonica. All right, and you guys are going to sing along. It's going to be great. All right, sounds good enough, close enough for Potosnak music again.
Where is your soldier?
Okay. Somebody translate. Just kidding. I have to tell you that last song I wrote took a while. I was kind of nervous because everybody's encouraged to be touchy these days, and I was afraid I might cross a line or two. I had something about pronouns in there, and it just didn't fit. And believe me, I don't care. Your pronouns wonderful. He, him, they, she. Really, to each their own. Absolutely. But I will tell you this: the one pronoun thing that kind of threw me for a loop was Z and Z. You heard that one? Yeah, well, it's on the screen. It must exist. Z and Z, a gender-neutral pronoun set which can be used by anyone, regardless of gender identity or expression. All right. First time I heard that, I was looking for an Amish couple. You know, now look, I am not making fun of the pronouns. Obviously, I'm making fun of the Amish. Because they got some really weird names. And what are they going to do? Clopping up to the house in their horse and buggy for a drive-by shouting, you know, "Ewins, get out!" You know, I don't know. Speaking of Amish, my mother, who was honest to God the smartest person I've ever known, amazing woman, for some reason, instead of saying Amish, she would say Amish. She would always say Amish. I'm like, oh, Mom, what the hell, you know? So one time, my brother and my other brother were at my parents' house, and my mother said, "Hey, we had a great weekend last weekend. Me and your dad went to Amish country." All right. She goes, "Yeah, and it was great. We took this bus tour all through Amish country, and we came back, and then this Amish girl got on the bus and sold us cookies." And my brother goes, "Yeah, famous Amish." I swear that happened. It wasn't him, it was the other one. Oh man, that was great. She's like, "Yeah." Anyway, getting back to that song, you know, the whole Mr. Potato Head thing, you know, where they made him gender neutral or whatever. Look at that. The New York Times had a headline. All right, I never use the F word in any show, but I'm gonna right now. It's a fucking potato. And a plastic, flattened front potato at that. How much more gender neutral can you get? And then my poor friend with the Miss Piggy and Mr. Ed line, you know. But I thought it was kind of funny, you know. Would have really been particularly bad for Mr. Ed. It would have screwed up the song, you know. So listen to this. I am Ed. I'm sorry for the young people here that have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Oh well. And speaking of Ed, you want to take a bow? No, I didn't. I knew that. Yes. The president of Willikers High School Student Council, Ed Cahill, right there. He's the man. And that's it, Ed, no more. It wasn't a joke, it was recognition. It was. Wow. You know, it seems to me that these days, people are going to the mat for things that really nobody's freaking out about. Like a few weeks ago, Northborough, they didn't want to have the elementary school Halloween parade. You know, like, oh, you know, it's not inclusive, this and that. Meanwhile, 90% of the kids marched in the damn thing. And he's coming up with all these excuses. Well, some of the kids are afraid of costumes. Yeah, the same ones that are afraid of their own shadow. What the hell are you going to do, outlaw the sun? And then you got the other one I loved was some of them are anxious about marching in a parade. Oh yeah, Parade-xity. I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't become a thing. You know? Let me tell you what, how about 10% of the kids just thought it was lame? I mean, isn't it about the quotient generally? 10% of the kids don't want to do anything. But I guarantee it is. You slip each one of those kids a $20 bill, not only will they march, they'll fight over who's going to carry the guide on. You know? And by the way, speaking of that, Tim, my guy here, take a look at this guy carrying the guide on. What do you notice in his hip? He's got a $20 bill. I thought that was great. When Tim told me he did that, I said, oh my God. Anyway, that was fascinating. All right, one last thing about costumes. Markley, I'm using it. I hate costume parties as an adult. I want nothing to do with it. A friend of mine was going to a birthday party. It was near Halloween. And they said, oh, since it's near Halloween, well, we're going to make it a costume party. She's like, oh, I hate these costume parties. I don't want to do it. She's like, I don't want to go out and buy a costume. So she said to her sister, she goes, oh, what should I do? What should I wear to this thing? And her sister says to her, goes, why don't you put on one of your husband's shirts and go as a pain in the ass? Oh, yeah. I'm going to do one. Yeah, I got that from Martha. Anyway. Yeah. I'm going to do one more and I'll take a 15-minute break. I encourage you to grab a t-shirt or place an order for one if we don't have your size. Brian's up there. You can take your money anyway, Venmo, this, that, and the other, whatever. I made a comment earlier about kids growing up softer than the way we grew up. I kind of backed off that, but I was at an event this past summer where there was a bunch of all-age people. And this one kid, I was a Holden court, and this 18-year-old kid says, oh, yeah, how did you guys have it so much tougher? And I said, well, first of all, look at technology. I said, if we wanted to take a road trip, you guys, what do? You use a GPS, right? He goes, yeah. I said, well, we had to use a map. He's like, what's a map? Yeah, there you go. I was going to use that line, but I figured no one here would get it. Back when I was walking through, we had to use a compass. I figured that was way over everyone's head. Anyway, but I've actually given up on the whole young kids have it easier than us growing up and all that. Now I've moved on to the middle age, the new crop of middle agers, because they've got it easier too. I mean, think about it. The first time I had to get a colonoscopy, which is, by the way, the rite of passage for any middle-aged person, I had to drink that putrid stuff to get all cleaned out, all for the privilege of going to the doctor the next day to get a camera jammed up my ass so they could go on safari through my colon. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you have any idea that you would see that when you came here tonight? No, I think not. Well, now, do you realize now all they got to do is shit in a box? Oh my God! It's like, yeah. That's it. Yeah. I mean, of course, that's when the GPS might come in handy. And I hope they put a bullseye in the bottom of that box, And the worst part is they come and pick it up for you, like you're the family dog. Wow. This is great, Oh, well. Enough of that shit. Okay. All right, we'll play this song. You guys got to sing along. I'm sure you'll be game, except for Gleno. You get to hear me play the harp. You ready? Come back though in 15 minutes. We've got more fun and frolic awaiting. On a Saturday, regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet and I knew it complete when I was a young man's toes. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da. Here we got the chorus, you guys can sing this. Thank you. It's a high part. All right. Now John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. Gives me my drinks for free. He's quick with a joke, all to light up your smoke. There's some place that he'd rather be. Says, Bill, I believe this is killing me. harder. Now we got a verse of the chord here. Although the real estate novelist never had time for a wife. Well, he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. Guys, you gotta like that line, didn't you? What's the witch doing? She's practicing politics. As the businessman slowly gets stoned, and they're sharing a drink they call loneliness. It's better than drinking alone. What's that stupid clock? La-di-da, di-di-da. La-da, di-di-da. La-da. All right, you guys got it. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. And you got us feeling alright. It's a very good crowd for Saturday. Where the hell's Dickie? Give me a smile, 'cause he knows it's me they're coming to see, to forget about life for a while. The piano sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. And they sit about and put a pen in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? You could have cut this short by a verse. All right, big ending, a lot of harmony, and then we'll take a break.
Sing us a song.
All right, now big ending with the harmonica. The harmonica got too far away from me. I was like chasing it. All right. Good luck, everybody. Take a few minutes, relax, have another beer, cool off, go outside, do whatever, but don't leave. All right, everybody. Hey there. We want to get back to the festivities. Welcome back for the second half of the show. Second half's a little shorter because I realized at some point you run out of steam. That's my excuse. Actually, I do. Anyway. So let's all be calm. Thank you for helping out with Piano Man. That was really impressive. You might have an opportunity to help out a little later on in our show, but we shall see. No, we don't get paid. All right. But it is good to see Billy Joel is still out there doing his thing. A lot of these older guys and gals are out there still performing. But unfortunately, we've lost a few over the last some months. Gordon Lightfoot is a guy that I enjoyed a lot. And also, of course, this guy right here, Jimmy Buffett, right? Wonderful performer, great songwriter, you know, just had his loyal parrot heads. But not to be outdone, I've got my Willikers. Of course, his numbered in the millions, mine's in the tens, but we're going to work on it. There you go. Buffett was also quite the businessman. Basically, he slapped the name Margaritaville onto anything, and it sold. Whether it was booze, you know, restaurants, whatever. His latest thing was the over 55 joints. Was it Latitude Margaritaville? I passed one of these joints. We were going to Hilton Head this summer. And I stopped at a light and I look over and there it was. And I'm like, I don't think I could handle 24/7 buffet shtick. That would be a little much, And you know what these 55 joints are all about, right? I mean, right? Take a look. Yeah. See those two? Yeah. Her husband's the guy down the other end of the bar. Well, they don't call it active living for nothing. Well, let me tell you just how active it is.
That's where the pineapple is.
Where's Gleno? Gleno's not here for his star turn. Oh well, sorry, pal. You want to know how active the living is there? The number one health problem they're having in these joints is what?
Gonn-D-hrhea.
Gonn-D-hrhea. Now you're probably wondering what the hell Gonn-D-hrhea is. Well, let me tell you. When I was a high school kid, we used to, me and my buddies would go down to the Jersey Shore and catch crabs. No. Let me rephrase that. Crabs like this, not like that, My buddy, his grandfather had a place on the water. We used to get in a boat, go out to the bay, come back with a bushel, and Gramps would get out the Rolling Rock ponies, sit around, regale us with stories of days gone by, and also give us a little bit of advice. And one time, he gave us some advice about the birds and the bees. And he said, you guys, you're going to go off to college, you're going to be drinking your beers, having your fun, watch out for the girls. I'm like, what do you mean? Watch out for the ones that are a little too friendly. Hey, we're looking for the friendly ones. He goes, what have I got to spell it out for you, you donkeys? He was one of those guys, too. He goes, 1938, Paterson, New Jersey, Fireman's Fair. I met up with a girl that was a little too friendly, had a couple of belts in me. I wound up with
Gonn-D-hrhea.
Gonn-D-hrhea. And we didn't know what was funnier, the fact that he was calling it Gonn-D-hrhea or that he was doing this when he said it. Well, like, what the hell is this, the international symbol? I mean, I knew this was joking. No idea that this was Gonn-D-hrhea. Oh, well, somebody just delivered it. I like that. Thank you, Timothy. First one, Gonn-D-hrhea. Oh, that's beautiful. Takes the village. Anyway. Where was I? Well, you know what? Oh, speaking of guys being canceled, I think the room is safe enough to tell you this one. But Gramps definitely would have been canceled. Honest to God, when you go down the Jersey Shore, you go out on Saturday night, you drink your beers. The next morning, you get up, you go to the bakery, and you would get crumb cake. Oh, big sheet cake, crumb cake. They'd line up getting crumb cake. No, I'm talking real crumb cake. No, we can talk about Entenmann's later, but anyway. So it's the official crumb cake of my parents. But anyway, so we're in the bakery, and I kid you not, and there's summertime, all kinds of gals in there. And Gramps is looking at the ones with the low-cut number. That's what he'd say. Yeah, she's wearing a low-cut number. Yeah. So apparently he was peeking a little too long. And this gal says, oh, what are you looking at, you dirty old man? He goes, listen, honey, if you got the guts to wear it, I got the guts to look. And he didn't get arrested. Not like today, they'd have hauled him out in cuffs. She laughed her ass off. She was like, oh, that's funny, old man. Anyway. So, where the hell was I? Oh yeah, the over 55 crowd. Hey look, let's face it. Yeah, we all want to think we still have it on some level, right?
You still do.
Oh, jeez.
No swimming naked.
Who are you? Anyway. Well, you just threw me off. Where was I?
55.
Oh, thank you, yeah. All right, one time, okay, here we go, I'm back. One time I was in a meeting with a marketing manager and her young assistant, nice young gal, and I couldn't help but notice that during the meeting, she was kind of, dare I say, checking me out. And I realize she's only human, but I was like, wow, I felt, I don't care what your status or your vintage. A little bit of ego candy goes a long way from time to time, So the meeting ends, I'm walking tall. I go into the men's room, I go to wash my hands, and I look into the mirror, and folks, I have got a nose hair. Christ, you could have ziplined down this thing. I could have rescued stranded hikers at the side of a helicopter from a mountain crevice. They're crawling up 3 at a time. Yeah, I still got it. On some level, some planet, But you know what? I hate to say it, but I don't think I'm the only one who's hit the wall, as they say. Now, no one here, this does not apply to anyone here. I promise you, and I will not make eye contact with anyone. But I have noticed that some people my age started looking gross. I cannot say all, I shouldn't even say most. I see them in the grocery, I see them up close. People my age have started looking gross. Ooh, people my age, they're showing somewhere, getting holes where the teeth was, their heads gone bare. Brains are shrinking, faces sinking into fat. As for the mirror, we won't be looking into that. Ooh, people my age started looking gross. Maybe not in Colorado or up the Silicon Coast, but growing up in Jersey, Taylor ham on hard rolls. Those were my first steps on the road to looking gross. Ooh, ooh, people my age, they're looking overripe. Some are getting operations to tighten up what ain't tight. When gravity's ruined, they try to fix with a knife. What looks pleasant in the darkness, plain scary in the light. Ooh, ooh, Bruce. All right, I should probably just stop at this point. But no, I'm going to break out the harmonica. But don't worry, it's not a song anymore. Damn. Never played this song out anywhere before. I'm doing it today because it's Veterans Day. And, obviously getting older is not easier. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, all right. People try just about anything these days. They want to look younger, especially like when they have, I always call it their O birthdays, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, all that. They want to do something. Yeah, they're 7-0, there you go. So, in fact, speaking of 7-0, my cousin back there, his mother said to my uncle, "Ed, I know what I want on my 70th birthday." He says, "What?" She goes, "I want a boob job." He goes, "A boob job?" He goes, "That's like putting new windows on a haunted house." Yeah. He's also the guy that on the occasion of his 50th anniversary, somebody said, "Ed, what are you going to do to celebrate?" He goes, "Celebrate?" He goes, "You mean commemorate." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Look, you don't celebrate Pearl Harbor, you commemorate it." Now, I know I shouldn't, evoke Pearl Harbor here on Veterans Day, but I do want to recognize the veterans here today. I talked about Jimmy, and there's others. Could the veterans please stand up? Where the hell are you? There you go. Very good. I spent 6 years in the Army myself. Proud to have served. Calm down out there, all right? Once my radio and TV aspirations were dashed, I went to college with no idea what the hell I wanted to do. So, of course, my father filled in the blank. Why don't you join ROTC? All right. Next thing you know, I'm getting commissioned, right? Now, anybody that's a veteran knows that there are things that suck about it when you're training and all that, but there's always some people that just make you laugh. Because along the way, there's just always, everyone shares stories about funny stuff. And one time, we're out in the woods on patrol, and whenever you would hear artillery, incoming artillery, that sound, you'd hear that thing. You wouldn't hear the harmonica part. Anyway, Jimmy knows. Jimmy Dyer, or Dwyer. Anyway. So I thought the W was silent. What the hell? There you go. So anyway, one time we're out in the woods there, and we had a kid that was a squad leader, and he's leading us in there, and all of a sudden we hear the unmistakable sound of. What you're supposed to do is say incoming, figure out which direction it's coming from, and say, 200 meters, 5 o'clock, meaning go that direction. That would be that direction. But anyway, so sure enough, this guy, he's standing there like Mitch McConnell. He's like, nothing. We're looking, it was probably 5 seconds, but it felt like an hour. Finally, he goes, in a very meager, incoming, run. Look at that kid over there. Me and Archie Bunker and Edith. Anyway, so, yeah. And by the way, that guy never got commissioned. He wound up a cop. Or I'm sure his grace under fire really helped him out. But I was fortunate enough not to have experienced combat. I'm thankful for that. But I know there are many people who have. And the reason we're here today is to raise money and to help out Veterans Inc., who helps people out who have suffered the ravages of their service, whether it be the hungry, the homeless, the physically injured, the emotionally scarred. They are out there and they need help. And that's what we're doing here today. And, on Veterans Day, we always say, we pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. But on Veterans Day, there are many who may not have, quote unquote, gave all. But in many respects, in a practical sense, they have. And I just want to recognize those folks. And this song that I wrote is about a guy who volunteered after 9/11. It was never quite the same. So I hope you'll indulge. It's called What a Life. White eyes, the smile is bright as the 4th of July. Gonna do what he believes is right. He's gonna fight like his dad and his dad. His dad did before. Father says some things have changed. Mama knows he'll never be the same. Still he will fight. Oh, what a life. Oh, what a life. Oh, what a life to take. It's not too long before he sees he's in for so much more than he ever could have imagined he'd be. A good friend one moment by his side with kids at home so full of life, but they never, ever will see him again, though he feels so far from shore of all the things he believed before. Still he will fight. Oh, what a life. Oh, what a life. and the truth he holds, they'll go untold. Words cannot explain. He's home and safe, but he lays awake, feeling like he never left that place. And he will always fight. Oh, what a life. Oh, what a life. Oh, what a life to take. White eyes, a smile as bright as the 4th of July. Thank you. I want to thank you for appreciating that song. I debated playing it, but you know what? It's Veterans Day. We're helping out an organization that helps veterans who are in suffering. So you know what? I'm happy to play.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do one more song, then maybe we'll do one more. We're going to get a couple people involved. I know. All right. Yeah, we'll see. You can stand up right there, buddy. All right, so I mentioned that T-shirt, the Willikers T-shirt. Hope you got some. If not, place an order because you know all these people want to look great. I get it. But, you know, forget the plastic surgery. You want to look your best. Put your best foot forward. You got to be styling. That's right. I said styling. Can you believe it? Yeah. So, and that Willikers T-shirt is obviously it is really a conversation piece. I was at the Verizon store in Shrewsbury, standing outside. It was about a month ago. The weather was nice. I had the shirt on. This woman came up behind me, started chatting with me, and she said, "What's a willy critter?" And I said, "Oh," and I told her the whole story, you know. And after she woke up, she said, "Oh, that's wonderful. Where is this place?" And I said, "Oh, it's on Route 20 in Shrewsbury. Oh, I have expected to see her here." And then she goes, "Oh, that's wonderful. You should get a bonus." So there you go. Wear the Willikers shirt and you're on fire. But if you really, 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 really want to be fly. Yeah, I said fly. Well, let's just say it's an honor and a privilege to have with us tonight the guy who is looking to single-handedly. Oh no, you want to be fly? One word. Corduroy. Corduroy. And we're proud, we're privileged to have the guy who's looking to bring corduroy back from the edge of extinction, which is where it belongs. The king of corduroy, Alan King. Come on, stand up for it. Hurry up. Yes, that's right. He wears his corduroy in the summer with shorts in the winter. Yep, and guess what we're doing tonight? We are proud to introduce, just in time for the holidays, the Corduroy collection. I mean, not only is he looking to bring corduroy back, he's bringing back the Sears catalog. Oh yeah. But you know what? As they say in the ads, but wait, that's not all. Corduroy is not just for humans. Introducing this evening, Cordural for Canines. Cordural for Canines, no brainer. How about that? Yes, if you're looking to breed, those things will be the hit of the dog park, I'm sure. Oh, and look at those two. I mean, who could resist Al and his pal? Oh, wait a minute. Then again, there's the original Al and pal. Now, I'm sorry for those of you who aren't Willikers. That's the guy sitting over there. That's Al. And his pal is the guy that stole my life. Remember I talked about best friends before? Well, my best friend in 6th grade moved to Sarasota, Florida. And his best friend moved to Sarasota, Florida. So today they were at Hooters, and I'm here playing music. That's it. Anyway, so how about that, huh? And believe it or not, if you want to know one thing, I am not a fashion plate. I'm sure that's a shocker. In fact, wait a minute. If you want to know how much of a fashion plate I was not,
I just want to see you fit.
here's a relic. You stole my line, asshole. Here's, you knew the line too. Yeah, you knew it. Yep. So here is a relic from the Tom Potosnak will never, ever, ever, ever have a girlfriend collection. Just an annoying wife. Anyway, so, yeah, you were throwing jabs at me from over there. What the hell, right? Alice, you saw it. There you go. Anyway, so, where was I? Oh, yeah. Well, as I said, well, I showed that to my daughter one time, and I said, can you believe I actually wore this? And being the chip off the old block that she is, she said, I can't believe it actually fit. There you go. Hey, look, I don't do relationship humor because, let's be honest, only one of you is going to think it's funny, right? I don't care how good it is. But one time, I get in trouble. You don't say anything. Come home, you stare out the window. And I'm like, well, I come home, decompress. I don't want to talk about work and stuff, So one morning, I was feeling a little bit magnanimous there, and I thought, you know what, I'll open up a bit. So I'm sitting there, and I start talking about things, and I'm enjoying my Lucky Charms, because they are magically delicious. And I said, life has been tough. Let me tell you how tough it's been. Channeling Rodney there. So I said, yeah, it's been really tough. The clients aren't paying. I don't have any new business. I'm not sleeping at night. Things have really been tough. Ready for this? Let me see if I can reach. Ooh, almost dropped it. Honest to God, this box has survived many shows. So I just, this Swiss muesli is really good. A lot of fiber. What the hell? Here I am emptying a vein, telling her about how my life's going to crapper. And she's extolling the virtues of a product that makes you go to the crapper. Well, thanks a lot, Gilligan. I don't know. What does it all mean? I don't know. My parents used to get this place down on the Jersey Shore at Belmar when they retired. We'd go down there. And one time I was out on the front porch with him, and he was sick for a while, but he never really said anything about anything, kind of like me. And so one time he was just sitting out there, and he goes, Tommy, he goes, I'm not gonna live forever, but I do plan on hanging around indefinitely, which I thought was a good line. He goes, in the meantime, I'll play where it lies and enjoy the time I get with your mother and you guys and your kids. So apparently he had his answer, which I thought was great. A few months later, unfortunately, I had to go down to Jersey under difficult circumstances. And after that visit, I wrote this song, which I guess is kind of my answer. And I appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully we'll play one more song after this, but a song called Subject to Change. I changed it. Well, these times I rely on the street signs when I find myself around here. Faces and places I always remember anymore. They're not quite so clear, but old friends, they're the perfect elixir. And the present day gets you down. They're the ones who knew you back when they're the ones who appreciate you now. I'm walking round here in the schoolyard. There are stories, there are memories here. All of us have our different recollections. Every one of them is subject to change. Well, things are different once you're living on the outside. In school days, they're a distant dream. There are times I wish that I was back then, but there are people who are counting on me. And true love, it's the perfect elixir. When the world knocks you down, knowing, yeah, there's a bigger reason. Well, it'll keep you hanging around. I'm walking around here in my backyard. There are stories, there are memories here. One family and a million recollections. Every one of them is subject to change. Hold on tight to all the good times in your heart. Revisit them on rainy days, or when things don't go your way. Just in time you'll find the laugh line that'll get you through your longest day. Just wait. The sun falls on the horizon, the moon climbs and takes its place. The stars shine through the nighttime. Sunrise guarantees you one more day. Hope and faith, they're the perfect elixir. When your journey's winding down, treasure your time, play it where it lies, and never let the best of yourself slip away. I'm walking around here on the back nine. There are stories, there are memories here. One life, never-ending recollections. Every one of them is subject to change. Subject to change. Memories are subject to change, but some things are not subject to change. Like your old friends, they always remain. True love always remains. Hope and faith always remains. Always remains. Never to change. Thank you. Thank you very much. That song means a lot to me, and I appreciate you appreciating it. I appreciate you being here. All appreciations everywhere. We got one song we're going to do. Harry Chapin was a guy that was my hero. He was the guy that inspired me to do what it is I do, so you can blame him. And he did Cats in the Cradle. You probably, if you don't know anything about Harry, you know that song. I'm not playing it. But I am going to play a song.
Father okay with that?
That song? Well, he was dead. Well, I'm guessing he was all right with it.
He had no choice.
Yeah, I wrote that one after the fact. But anyway, appreciate the question. So, all right, Gleno, come here. All right, does anybody know the song Circle by Harry Chapin? Don't be shy.
Other than me?
Anybody? All right, fine. Gleno will do it, because he's Gleno. He's Gleno. He is the man.
Baby.
All right, so here's the thing. All right, we're going to do this song. And I want to recognize a few people here tonight. Like I said, I love this place, the Willikers. It's a wonderful family. We've lost a few people over the years. I mentioned Franny, Jack. Yep, Jack as well. Rob, nice to see you here. And Mr. Don, what was his last name? The guy was married like 900 years.
Oh, Beatty.
Don Beatty. Yep. There you go. They were married forever, you know. Yeah, exactly. I think I got married with Christ as a corporal. Anyway, so that's an old military thing. He's been around since Christ was a corporal.
Brenda.
Well, wait a while, man. You guys over here, you love stealing my lines. And of course, the queen, if you will, of Willikers, Dickie's wife, Brenda. Lost her a couple years ago. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Dickie, who's not right here, but for indulging me in my imitations of him. Oh, I can imitate him. Hey, show anybody else?
no shit, you.
Show there, Tommy. One time he said to me, I said, Dickie, you mind if I do another show here? He goes, Tommy, no worries. Me casa's vu casa. All
I'm
right.
spitting beer. That's he's doing.
All right. All right, so this song is called Circle, and put the lyrics up there. See, can anybody read that at this point?
Yes.
All right, so to give it a try, so I'm going to start by singing this thing here. I'll sing the first. Gleno, I'm going to put you on timeout. All you got to worry about is the words. All right, you ready? Here, this is what I'll do for you. You ready?
Oh.
All
I can read?
right, that's debatable. All right, so anyway, so Gleno's going to help us out. I'll sing the first chorus, and then I'll sing a couple verses, and then you guys got to try and follow along. This is the first time I've ever done this. It's obviously going to be a disaster. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. I think we should go out in the audience. Oh, no, really, my life's a circle. No, I mean, tell you what, how we get them all jazzed up. Seasons spinning round again. The years keep rolling by. I think you guys can hack that. I'm gonna sing the verses. It seems like I've been here before. Damn right. I sure can't remember when.
Yes, I can.
And I got this funny feeling that we'll all get together again and again and again and again. At least I hope so. Now no straight lines make up my life, and all the roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead ends. One more verse, then we're gonna sing. I found you 1,000 times. Guess you've done the same. Then we lose each other. It's just like a children's game. As I found you here again, a thought runs through my mind. My love is like a circle to go round one more time. All right, now as Harry would do, just to show you how easy this is, Gleno's gonna sing it alone. Ready? All right, get off the cross. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
All my life's a circle.
Get it?
Sunrise and sundown.
Gotta slow down.
Sorry, I'm
Moon rolls through the nighttime. Told you this would be a disaster. The daybreak comes around. Go ahead. All my life's a circle, and I can't picked it up quick. All right, now I want you guys to do this. A lot of feeling and all that stuff. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Big ending goes, the years keep rolling by, and the years keep on rolling by. Bye, 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 bye. Well, all right. Sorry, what's that? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Go out. Do whatever you're going to do. Go out and have something to eat. Make sure you tip these servers well because they're working hard, doing their thing, and all that stuff. Wow. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.